And lastly, spiritual abuse, and I say this on the individual level, but also on an institutional, global level, spiritual abuse can only be broken by spiritually rich and independent people. To overcome spiritual abuse, what one has to do is to reject the spiritual authority, teaching, and practices of the abuser. And this can be very hard for people who have been living in a state of spiritual abuse for a long time, separate from any other influence, separate from any other spiritual tradition, under the complete control of an abuser. It's almost impossible. It's too much to reject the authority of your abuser because you're completely dependent on them. So what you need is some kind of access to something else. You need some kind of access to other spiritualities and alternative resources or alternative spiritual authorities. And you need to feel, once somebody has felt that something else feels more fitting, more true to themselves than what they were fed by their abusers, that the first step is taken. And I think that is something that I've seen with so many individuals, and I think that is something that we are experiencing as a church, that kind of, we have come to understand that what we were living as a church is some kind of spiritual abuse. And many of us have found another more authentic way of spiritual life and alternative resources. And that is the first step to overcome spiritual abuse. In general, the more spiritual traditions and resources someone knows, and the better they know themselves, the more likely they are to develop a healthy spirituality. And obviously, the spirituality of one person will be different from that of another person, and that's not a problem. And those who are spiritually well-nourished are best protected from becoming perpetrators or victims both.